Hello, my boon companions. It's me, Nikki, and today I am here with I was going to say a book haul, but no, it's what I've read in December. It wasn't many books, 6 looks like, but still, that dog you see in the corner is Emmy. I'm taking care of her. She's a good girl. Okay, anyway, let's start with the books. First up is I Married My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Up. It is a manga, and it is Yuri manga, which means 2 women, and it is adorable. It's basically, as the title says, I can't remember the character's name. Morimoto, and let me find her. Hana. Morimoto and Hana. And they're friends, and Hana says, "Why don't you marry me? Because to get your parents to back off." Emmy's being weird. And Hana is a lesbian, and Morimoto's sort of just like going through her life. She has a job, but she's not like doing anything. She's just sort of stuck in a rut, and her mom seems to be kind of a bitch. From what I've seen, there might be more to this story than what I have in this little manga here. But in the end, it all works out. They get together, and Morimoto becomes more engaged in her work, and she realizes maybe she was pushed into this job, but she does love it, and she does love Hana. And it is very, very cute, and I would like more of it. Next up, I have another manga, Komi Can't Communicate. It is about Komi, who literally cannot communicate verbally. She's very good at writing and texting, and everybody thinks she is cool or a bitch, when in fact she is terribly socially anxious. And I believe it's Tadano, that's how you say it, is the only one to figure that out. And so he becomes Komi's first friend, and she wants 100. So in this manga, she gets 3, I believe. There's a very scared, timid girl who becomes her friend, and there's also I suppose it's almost like a trans character or a gender fluid character. It is a biological boy, and he wears a schoolgirl's uniform. And so far, that character seems to be okay written, but we'll see as the volumes go on. Amy wanted to say hi. And the next book is The Paper Magician, which is the first, I think there's 4 books in total now. And this is about, I think it's Ceony. I'm not sure how to say that. And she has magic, and she wanted to be a smelter, dealing with like bullets and metal and that kind of thing. But because they want sort of like an even amount of people and all the magics, she is forced to become a paper magician and called a folder, and her teacher is Emery Sane, and he's a bit weird, but in a good way. He has like a skeleton made out of paper, so I think that's pretty cool. And then shit gets real, and a person called an excisioner, a practicer of dark flesh magic, and this isn't a spoiler because it's on the back cover, literally rips out Emery Thane's heart, and it's up to Sione, I think that's how you say it, to save his life. And the excisioner is pretty neat, even though it's like a dark magic. She can, or any of them, but in this one it's a woman, can like do something with her opponent's blood and like take their magic or something. It's very, very cool. And Sione learns that paper and folding isn't as boring as perhaps it was made out to be. It's a pretty short book, only like 200 pages, but it's very action-packed, and I would love to read the rest of the series. Come on, Amy. Hello, Emmy. Emmy just wants attention. Alright. The next book is The Way of the House Husband. It's another manga. Again, it's pretty short, but I think it is super cute. It is about, I don't even know if he has a name. He probably does. But it's about a guy who used to be the fiercest member of the Yakuza, and he just walked away, and he became a house husband, and everybody thought he was dead. Like this kid who used to be part of his gang thought he was dead, but he gave up the life of crime to be with the woman he loved. It's adorable. And two memorable scenes, or because it's not like, it's just a bunch of short stories, and there's two memorable ones. And one is he gets a call from his wife, and it says the big boss is coming, and he's basically like cleaning the house and fighting with a fucking Roomba, and it ends, and it's his mother-in-law. That's who the big boss is. Or no, some Madam Chairperson. His wife's boss, or something. I thought it was his mother-in-law. But it's adorable. And then another one is he goes shopping with his wife, and at like a mall, and she makes him try on all these outfits, and she goes, oh, they're scared of you, and she tries to put them in like things like this to make him less scary. And then they like play together at like, cause she likes this anime about police, and at the end he's like posing with her and stuff. It's super cute. It's adorable. I want to read more of it. You have to read it to understand what's happening. It's a great book. Try it out. Emmy. Come here. She was exploring. Emmy, don't explore. Okay. Two more books, Emmy. The second to last is The Map of Chaos, the final in the map trilogy, because the other books are a map of time and a map of the sky. They're over there. It was so good. It wrapped everything up that had happened in the other two books, and it explained everything in a way that made sense in this weird universe. And you know, Arthur Conan Doyle's in it, Lewis Carroll's in it, H.G. Wells is in it, and then I learned about an author I'd never heard of before, Eric Rucker Edison, who wrote The Worm Ouroboros, an homage to Norse mythology, and they consider this paving the way for modern fantasy fiction, and now I want to read that too. But this was good. It was creepy when it needed to be creepy because the Invisible Man is creepy. You know, it was perfect. Everything, like, there's stuff from the first book that are called back, and it's just amazing. I loved it. I loved this trilogy. I will get everybody to read this. I'm just watching Emmy in my bathroom. But yes, read this trilogy. I recommend it. And the final book is Shadow and Bone, the first in the Grishaverse, I suppose. Or it's part of the Shadow and Bone trilogy, but it is the first book of the Grishaverse. And I really liked this. It did have the tropes of, like, oh, it's a special girl who doesn't know she's special, and she doesn't think she's pretty, but she is. And, you know, like, ooh, who's she gonna pick? Her best friend that she's loved since she was a child, or the bad boy? And you know what? Yeah, I don't like those tropes, but I thought they were explained reasonably well. Like, why she doesn't know she's special, or why she doesn't think she's pretty, and stuff like that. And I did love it. I was surprised by some things, and I cannot wait to finish the trilogy. And I know there's going to be a Netflix TV show, and I want to watch that. I have to see who everybody is. I'm just making sure Emmy's not in any trouble down there. But yes, I recommend this book, and I cannot wait to read the rest of the trilogy. And that is all that I read in December. I, of course, have more books to read from the Magical Readathon in January. And I'm also kind of tentatively maybe doing 2 other readathons. It is the Backlist Bookathon, and it is between January 15th and February 15th. And it's also Start on Your Shelf-a-thon from The Quiet Pond. I'll link both of those below. And they're basically like read books on your shelves. So that can kind of go along with what I'm doing, because these are all books on my shelves, and I do want to read everything on my shelf. So that's my goal. I might not, do it completely, but that is what I want to do. And that's it for today. I hope everybody has a great day and a great new year. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.